इन्हीं को घर दे रहे हैं। 60,000 रेंट और डिपॉजिट दोनों पे मान गए।
अच्छा।
दोनों बैंकर्स हैं। ये स्वीट कपल यार। तेरे भाई ने क्या तो पटाया है।
पर भाभी, ये वो सोनाली जैसी नहीं लग रही?
कौन?
ये भैया की कॉलेज वाली एक्स गर्लफ्रेंड सोनाली।
नहीं।
दिमाग में हो फर तो किसी और को फाइंड तो कर। पर से परफेक्ट
Housing.com।
जहाँ है मैक्सिमम बायर्स एंड टेनेंट्स, Housing.com पर से परफेक्ट। डाउनलोड नाउ।
एल्डरली कपल है क्या?
Hello everyone. Namaskar, Salaam, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam. We are back with a fresh episode of Keeping It Real by Housing.com. This is India's first real estate focused podcast. It brings to you updates, views, and insights about the realty sector, an explainer on a chosen subject, and a deep dive on an industry trend or topic. You can catch the episode on Housing.com, on the Housing.com app, on earshot.in, Spotify.com, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Ghana.com, and JioSaavn. If you missed the episode, don't worry. We have you covered. Wear your headphones or put on the phone speaker. You can listen to this while driving, eating, cooking, jogging, running, walking, chopping vegetables, or basically doing anything else, whenever you want, wherever you are. PropTech is hot again among private equity players. Authorities are warming up to efficiency of blockchain in real estate. REA India ranked 55th among the 100 best large companies to work for in Asia by the Great Place to Work Institute, and using credit cards to pay your rents. Details of all these and much more in this episode. Stay tuned. PropTech is beginning to regain its status as an attractive investment asset class among private equity players. According to Housing.com, the private equity or PE investment in PropTech firms increased 5% to $270 million during January to June 2022 as compared to the year ago period. Between 2009 and the first half of 2022, the PropTech industry in India received a total of $3.42 billion in private funding. According to Housing.com, which is part of REA India, that also owns PropTiger.com and Makan.com, the number of PE deals in the first half of this calendar, that is, January 2022 to June 2022, has grown by 1.5 times as against the year ago period, that is, January 2021 to June 2021. The company had earlier reported that the PE inflow in PropTech rose 35% in full year of 2021 to $741 million from $551 million in the previous year 2020. The average deal size during the first half of 2022 stood at $14 million as compared to $32 million during the same period in 2021. Ankita Sood, who is the head of research of Housing.com, PropTiger.com and Makan.com, said that India is the second largest internet user in the world. This, coupled with the pandemic-induced digital acceleration in itself, presents a colossal opportunity for PropTech space in the country.
While the PropTech firms have been around in India for more than a decade and a half, of late this space has attracted a lot of interest from investors, both domestic and overseas. Also, in India, we are the second largest internet users in the world, and the pandemic has, accelerated the digitization that has presented a colossal load of opportunities for the PropTech space in the country. The growth in this space is corroborated by the fact that the PropTech investments in India have continued on this upward trajectory despite the global uncertainties, with approximately $270 million invested alone in the first half of 2022. A 5% sequential increase on an already higher base of 2021. Now, the firms in the PropTech space in India are constantly using innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, virtual realty to augment the consumer and customer experience across the real estate lifecycle. All stakeholders, including the developers, the property brokers, and the prospective customers, are increasingly using these digital tools and technologies not only for the search and discovery but also for advisory and transactional support. Sales and marketing, for instance, has become more effective and targeted with the use of technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual and augmented reality, and that you can see the place from the comfort of your home, with all the drones that are able to bring all those live images to you. As per our data, the PropTech firms that are involved in the construction technology, sales and marketing, co working, and co living have clocked a 77% share from the total PE investments in India during the first half of this year. That is the period from January to June of 2022.
The growth is corroborated by the fact that the PropTech investments in India have continued on an upward trajectory despite the global uncertainties, with $270 million invested in the first half of 2022, a 5% sequential growth on an already higher base of 2021. The firms in the PropTech space in India are constantly using innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and virtual reality to augment the customer and consumer experience across the real estate lifecycle. All stakeholders, including real estate developers, property brokers, and prospective customers, are increasingly using digital tools and technologies, not only for search and discovery, but also for advisory and transactional support. Sales and marketing have become more effective and targeted with the use of technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual and augmented reality, and drones. As per the data, PropTech firms that are involved in construction technology, sales and marketing, and co-working and co-living garnered 77% of the total PE investment during January to June 2022. The investments tracked include private equity, venture capital, debt, PIPE, that is, private investment in public entities, project-level investments, and pre-IPO private equity deals at the early growth and late stage. Blockchain's inherent system of trust makes it sustainable technology for real estate. The technology can provide for property or land title management through immutable records and auditable transaction history for land registration and transfers. It now appears that Indian authorities are now beginning to adopt blockchain to provide efficiencies in property management through use of smart contracts. The Maharashtra government has announced that it has developed a blockchain technology that will store e-registration data which can be shared with relevant stakeholders including property buyers, government authorities, and financial institutions involved in funding the purchase. The Maharashtra government in 2021, amidst COVID-19, launched a software tool which enables developers to e-register fresh property sales at their own offices. The system was part of an initiative to arrest falling revenues from registrations since March 2020, after the COVID-19 breakout. Currently, 417 developers in the state have opted for the e-registration system. At present, property buyers have to go to the offices of their local sub-registrar to register the purchase of apartments, office spaces, and etc. This office is also involved in the registration of agreements for leave and license, gift deed, will, registration of cancellation agreements, settlement agreement, and adoption deed, etc. However, the Maharashtra government last year developed a software which helps developers register the agreement for sale at their own offices. This would mean buyers will no longer have to visit the sub-registrar's office and wait in long queues for registrations. According to authorities, with e-registration, they have also done away with the requirement of 2 witnesses during the registration of the agreement. But witnesses will be required during the execution of the agreement. India's leading digital real estate company REA India has been ranked 55th among the 100 best large companies to work for in Asia by the Great Place to Work Institute. Earlier this year, the Gurgaon headquartered digital real estate firm received the 21st spot among 100 best workplaces in India. It was also recognized as India's top 3 organization in best workplaces in retail, e-commerce. The latest ranking for REA India, which owns the industry's leading digital real estate portals, Housing.com, PropTiger.com and Makaan.com, recognizes the company's role in building and sustaining a high-trust, high-performance culture characterized by HR policies that keep overall employee welfare at their forefront. Widely acknowledged and appreciated for its employee-friendly policies, REA India is credited with launching unique industry-first initiatives, including a hybrid work policy, a sponsored annual health checkup program for employees and their dependents, and mental health care promotion through the Employee Wellbeing and Assistance Program EWAP, an early check-in policy that allows people to get a part of their salary every 15 days. This is what Rohit Hastir, who is the Group CHRO REA India, said. Quote, "We live by a people-first philosophy. Our people are at the heart of every single decision that we take towards building a better organization. We believe this is the key factor that helps us deliver exceptional value to our consumers and customers. We strive to create a strong and sustainable workplace, positioned to weather any crisis by building a future-oriented culture that ensures both business success and employee satisfaction. At REA India, our aim is to deliver a consistently superior employee experience. We partner with our people to understand how their experience can be improved. This culture of listening and acting timely upon feedback is something that really resonates with our people and gives them a sense of belonging and empowerment." Unquote. The Great Place to Work Institute identifies the best workplaces in Asia by surveying over 1 million employees in Asia and the Middle East. The rankings are based on workplace programs impacting over 4.7 million employees in the region. REA India was featured as a Great Place to Work Asia in 2021 as well. Previously known as Elara Technologies Private Limited, REA India is part of REA Group Limited of Australia and is the country's leading full-stack digital real estate player. REA India has featured amongst the 100 best companies to work for in the years 2017, 2019, 2021 and 2022. Over the years, REA India has striven to build an organization on the fundamentals of trust, transparency and expertise, and it has emerged as one of the most preferred employers in the country. Short of cash? Still some time for money to hit your bank? But time ticking for paying your house rent? Worry not. You would be able to swipe your credit card to pay your rent. A few years ago, nobody would have imagined that people would someday be able to pay their monthly rents with credit cards. But it was bound to happen soon. Red Giraffe was the first to allow its customers to use this facility. Real estate brokerage companies like Housing, Magic Bricks and fintech platforms like Paytm, Cred and PhonePe also entered this new space. Housing.com allows you to pay the house rent, office rent, security deposit, etc. through credit cards. You also get to earn handsome cashbacks, reward points, offers, air miles and much more when you pay through Housing. It has partnered with the best brands for the same. Credit card rewards vary from bank to bank. You can contact your bank to understand exactly how much you can expect when you spend your money online. For every user signing up using a referral code, he or she gets one housing coin, which will be equivalent to a 20% discount on your convenience fee. Needless to say, of course, that all of these are subject to high levels of transaction safety and paying credit card bills on time. Users also get automated rent receipts and digital proof of rent payments, besides interest-free credit period of up to 45 days. Also, rent payments helped customers increase their overall credit card spend, whereupon they became eligible for rewards and offers. Rent received by a friend or family member will be treated as income from rented property and added under the head of income from house property after 30% standard deduction. Depending on the slab rates, a tax of up to 30% plus surcharge plus cess can be levied. Even the payer, that is the credit card user, is required to deduct tax at the rate of 5% if the rent is more than Rs 50,000 any month. In case of no deduction or deposit of tax to the government, the payer will become an assessee in default and has to pay interest and penalty accordingly. Further, a case of fraud and misrepresentation can also be filed against the user. That's it from us for this episode. We shall be back again with a fresh episode of Keeping It Real by Housing.com with information and insights on the real estate industry. Take care and stay safe.